Hey, I'm Will. This is Cover Met. This is a YouTube channel where we like to play solo board games, do some reviews, discussions with friends, and some multiplayer playthroughs. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shipyard. This is a game designed by Vladimír Suchý, published by Rio Grande Games. And this is actually the, you could say, second edition or the reimagining of Shipyard. This was an older game of his that he has recently kind of redesigned. I don't know hugely what the differences are because I've never played the original, but it certainly has a new veneer, and he's streamlined some things from what I've heard, as well as cleaned up some like mechanisms for modern players, iconography, graphic design, and so on. So we're going to play through an entire solo game. You'll get a good feel for how that works, especially since, the solo play is not a whole lot different from multiplayer. And then I will give my review at the end. So let's take a look. What are we doing here? We are shipping, or rather building ships. Not shipping my pants. We are, which by the way, if you've never seen the old commercial, do check it out. It's hilarious. But we are essentially running a shipyard or dock to create ships. We do so by this action selection mechanism, which drives a rondel for your choices for pieces of the ship and crew and whatnot. And then we are going to be shaking down our brand new creation throughout a canal and seeing if it can get a good score based on that. And that's basically it. The theme is building ships. So let's take a look at what the different actions are, and you'll kind of see how that works. Also, there's the central rondel here. So you'll notice that each of the actions, and I'll explain them now instead of as I play, but you'll see them more in detail because while I'm playing. And this is because pretty much each one of these is a piece of the rondel or the market over here, right? So we have, the most easy parts of the market is the canal, which you'll pick up the canal pieces at a cost or free. Ship pieces at 0, 1, 1, 2, or 2 costs. You can buy up to 3 pieces. Or the commodities, which are 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 as well, and you can buy one of those tiles. So those actions are very simple. And the rest of the actions are driving the rondel. There's, of course, an action that is going to be hidden right now. This is only for a 4-player game, and it's just to get coins. I'll also explain kind of how the selection works. Each of these actions will match up with a circle on the board. For example, the white in 4 pieces is the one with the equipment, and the middle one is the 4 colors, is the various crew members, the captain, the officer, the stoker, and the salesman. And then this other ring of the gap in it is the commodities selling. And then the outer one with the spokes or the spikes is getting employees, which kind of enhance your ability to build stuff. So how do you make selections? Well, I am the light red player, or pink, and on my turn, I'll be placing a cube on one of these tiles to start, because there's no cubes out right now, and taking the action. Once there are cubes out, and if you're playing in, multiplayer, or if there's any other existing cubes, for example, if you're out here, the first thing you would do, for example, this was your setup, is you would be removing the tile you were on the previous turn, pushing it in and sliding and turning this gear, and then placing your cube on a new action, one that is not the one you had last round, and is not, or last of your turns, and is also not covered by someone else. This is slightly different in 2 players, where you'll have kind of 2 spots per tile, but right now I have to pick a different one. When I place the cube, I will get a coin for each tile that is occupied to the right of my cube. So in this case, I get a 1 coin for the white one. And that is how it works. I do need to reset this. The first 3 are kind of preset by starting position. And the AI is very simple. I'll come back to the AI. You'll notice that there is a little wheel here in the cube. This is much like Project But Regni, if you've seen this, another game by the same designer. As this travels around, eventually it falls in a slot, and this is an indication to remove a cube from this tracker, which is essentially kind of like a round tracker, but it's not completely even. It's kind of strange how, it's all essentially maths out so that depending on player count and the number of cubes, everyone does take the right amount of turns. But, that's just part of the setup. And then you just lift it up and then keep going. So it's a handy way to kind of automatically keep track of rounds, especially since it is a set amount and you do just keep going and just naturally kind of counts things for you, which, is quite helpful. All right, so, and then of course, when you take one of these actions, forgot to mention this part, each one of these cubes, depending on the action, you will have to move it 1 space clockwise or pay additional coins after for any space beyond that, with the exception of the goods track can only ever be moved once. And there are some upgrades that will allow you to have greater control over that. All right, on to the solo and some other quick kind of guidelines. We see that we have 9 spaces here for placement of your pieces of ship. And once they're placed, you cannot rearrange them. So you have to be aware that you are not able to create any ships that are illegal. Now, every ship has to have a bow, a stern, as a front or back, and a single, at least one middle piece. So for example, I could not place this over here because now it is impossible to finish the ship. I could, however, place, 2 end pieces like this, but I just have to finish the first ship before I could finish the next one. Okay, and of course, once ships are completed, they're immediately, you have to stock them with whatever piece of equipment and crew you have and shake down, which we'll see that in a few minutes. All right, so the AI is very simple. It's just a flip in place, and I also have some goals. Let's take a look at what my goal tiles are. I will have to discard 1 of each type once we hit a couple more rounds from now. So first we have the red set. I've randomly gotten these 2 goals. The first one is ships that are at least 6 in length. And if I build 1, 2, or 3 of them, I get 3, 10, or 17 points. Ships with at least a lifeboat, a life preserver, and a lantern will get 5 points. So it's in-game scoring. Here I have, for each ship that has a officer and a cannon, I get 3 points. And each captain in one of these white buildings is 3 points. Now, each ship needs a captain, but the first captain basically just stands at the prow of the ship, or at the bow of the ship, and doesn't live anywhere. So this means I need additional captains. So we'll hang on to those. And let's begin. So I have $6 to start. I'm going to need a lot of captains, a lot of ships. Maybe I want to do some upgrades early on, although the upgrades is not the best spot. But I think upgrades might be the best one. So we're going to move 1 for free, and then 1, 2. So that's $2. And take this upgrade tile. This is also going to cost me an additional $1 because there's a little red symbol in there, and that's whenever I take the recruiting action, I gain an additional captain. So that should be quite handy. You'll see that there is this super handy organizer that the game came with. I have to build it myself, but I'll cover that more in the reviews afterwards. Okay, so that is my turn. Now let's see. Yellow player is going to take this tile and advance it by 1. White is going to take the furthest left tile and advance. I'll take the 0 position one. So that comes off, and slide down and replace. Okay, pretty simple. Now it's my turn to begin, so I have to remove this piece, even though it's at the end, and then slide it in, and I can't take that action again. Would have loved to use my new power to grab a crew member, but I can't. I do need to start getting some ship pieces, and there's some good ones there for free, so I might do that action. I get a coin for being to the left of the tile, and I think we're going to grab... there's one of each. I could potentially go for that. So maybe I'll do that one. I'll grab an end. Actually, let's start from, over here, an end, middle. And just in case, I might also make sure it's at least 6 in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just in case I want to go after that. Now, I won't be able to get the 5 per ship that has each of those 3 things. I have that now, but I think it might be best to kind of even out the odds and, leave room for both of those. All right, and these all slide down. Nope. And then refill from this handy little tray here. Oops. Okay. Next, we have yellow is going to take this tile, push it back in, and then, I guess I should actually push it in, keep the timer going, and, how much did he move by? 2. 1, 2. And then white is going to take, hold on, where was he before? He was over here. So that's the one he would have pushed in, not this one. Okay, what am I doing here? Gotta fix that. Nope. I'm going too far. Okay, reset. Let's go back here. Okay, yeah, that should be good. And then he's taking action. That's right. White is taking the... He came off of this tile. We should be back on track now. And he's going to take the commodities. And he's taking the number $2 one. So that goes off here. It's back to my turn. Push this in. And I could sell commodities now, and that would give me also $2. So that's probably a good time to do that. So $2 for going to the left of those. We'll move over, and everybody starts off with the same commodity tile. And so I could sell them for $2 each. I could also do some trading for things. But I think right now, what do I need most? I need maybe cannons and science officers. My ship doesn't have a cannon spot right now. I could use some sails. Sails is next. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get there next. What did he? No, probably not. Well, I might be lucky. We'll see. And then, you know what? I'm just going to take the $6. So you can buy an additional action, or essentially additional turn, for $6. You can do this either before your main action or after your main action, but you always still have to move your regular tile as you would normally, and place your cube, getting your income. And the bonus action you do does not involve any cube or moving of tiles. You just decide which action you want to do. You still move things around as normal on the central rondel board, but you don't interrupt the order of stuff. Okay, yellow is taking number 1 tile here, and white is building ships. And they're taking out the 0 row, so we'll just dump these out here. slide everything down. And refill. They do clear out the entire row when they do that. Okay, back to me. That is great. They did leave the action I wanted. So we're going to push in here and we're going to take this action, going once around here and gaining me a sail. Okay, yep, that's it. Next, yellow is going here, progressing this one, and whites can't take that action because that's where I am right now. So we just shuffle up and continue. It's taking the spiky one, the upgrades, which is the one I wanted. Huh, okay, alright, so they move that by 1. Maybe I want to do an upgrade? We'll see, okay. Alright, so I'm going to put mine back in. And, oops. What's going on here? Why is it going to stop? Oh, okay, so there's, fell in the hole. So take a cube out and keep going. That's why it's getting stuck. And I'm going to go here and get $2. Go once around here, grab a stoker, and because of the upgrade I got earlier, I have a free captain. Also, I am swimming in cash, so I think I might do a bonus action with that. I kind of like the looks of some of these right here, so I think I'm going to spend $6 for the bonus action and grab the canal tile here. I do need canals to make my boats float, so that's important. Alright, yellow can't place, so the yellow is going to build ships, and they're taking out the first row again. I'm just going to dump everything and clean it up later off camera, because that's the magic of making videos. You don't have to watch me set up or tear now. or pick up the mess I made. You know, or sneeze, because I'll probably, oops, that one shouldn't have been in there. Okay, there we go. So that was yellow. Now for white, it's going to the furthest left available spot, and they're taking the second commodity. And it's back to me. So it's going pretty fast. I need definitely some more ship pieces. I need everything. I mean, really. If I take canal, now I will get an extra $1. But I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how fast my ship is actually going to go. You know what? Let's go get. Oh, no, you know what? No, it's time for another upgrade. And I think this one we're going to... So one for free, and it'll pay $1 for an additional one. And then we'll take this yellow upgrade. So I can move an additional 2 around the wheel for white or the crew, the middle one. So that will help me get what I want a lot easier. I think that's probably a good idea. Now, these tiles are swapped out for 3 or 4 players, so they're slightly different ones. Alright, yellow is taking the number 1 canal. Pretty sure it's just the one that they wipe. And then white is going 2 spaces there, 1, 2. Alright, back to me out there on the far left. That's annoying. Can't go get coins that way. But I can get more crew members. So I have goals for additional captains. Maybe I should get additional captains. Or, you know what, maybe expand my ship. Yeah, I think I'm going to go get some ship pieces. So let's do $1 for this one. Take this one for free. And maybe this one for free as well. So let's start working back here a little bit. And maybe we'll add these ones on. There's no cannon spots, so let's maybe do something like that. So we'll start working towards some cannons. You don't have to assign crew and stuff yet. Slide down. Refill. There's a level 1 stack and level 2 stacks for later in the game. The level 2 stack is basically the same thing. I think it's just to help balance out the mixture of stuff. Alright, oops. Yellow is going for commodities. And pretty simple to enact AI. And white is taking the trading. So it's going to go by 1. And then it's back to me, and then they're going to shuffle. So what do I need? I need a lot more equipment. Crew might not be a bad idea at this point. Since I do get bonus captains, and I need lots of captains. So let's take crew. I get $1 for placing there. I'm going to spend that $1 to go an additional 1, and then take 2 captains. Oh, I don't have to spend $1 because alright, I have the upgrade. Nice. So I got a stack of captains now, which might come in handy later. Alright. Yellow wants a tile I took, and I can't have it. Crew piece, ship pieces, and oh, I did the wrong ones. That was yellows first. But white is essentially doing the same thing. Yeah, and we're in the hole again. Sorry, yellow first, and then white is over there. Okay, so we're in the hole, so we need now to decide which one of these I'm going to keep. I haven't really decided. I think I might go for the 6. Well, they wouldn't be too hard to get one of each thing on the ship. So if I did 3 ships, it's 15 points. 3 long ships is 17 points, and I can be less picky about it. So who knows? Maybe I'll get to do a 4th ship. I don't think I will with the time I have, but you never know. So we're gonna keep that one, and then I don't have any science officers. I got lots of captains. Maybe I'll stick with captains. That's probably a good idea. So we'll stick with that. Still haven't finished the ship yet. We'll see how things go. Alright, so that was both the AI's turn. Now it's mine. And I don't think I want to complete, so let's kind of measure out where things are going to go. Here, so I'm ready. Oh, I don't have any smokestacks. Oh, and he's on the spot. Ooh. I don't want to build ships yet because I would be forced to complete or do a suboptimal move, and I don't want to do that. It might be good to take commodity because there's some good prices coming up for these ones next. Well, maybe not. Rocks is going to be better later. Wheat is better now. Have they picked a commodity in a while? They have not. So, and I do want the most bang for my buck. Well, cloth will give me what I want, potentially. No, you want it won't, because I want smokestack. So let's pay $1 and get this one. Okay. Yellow, haha, yellow's taking commodities. Yellow's taking shipbuilding. White is taking upgrades, it's already on upgrades. And it's going to take... Oh, I totally forgot the shipbuilding. Shipbuilding was 0, so it's wiping that front row again. Getting ahead of myself here. Tail down. Alright. And then we're going to clear off this guy. Okay, and where are we at now? Still don't have the smokestack. I need at least that spot's open. So we're going to move that in there and go. I go up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2. Let's go back and let's take upgrades. Is there a... Oh, I'm on the smokestack bonus one. Could do the cannon upgrades. So free cannons would be nice. I only have 1 cannon spot. And where else would we got free stuff? Free crane up here. Free sails. That's not too bad. But then 3, I won't have enough to boost it. Okay, so where's it going to do? I planned 1, 2. You know what? I didn't even pick cans. Let's not do cans. So let's grab a sail. It doesn't work well from my tile, but that's fine. I need sails. So let's start fitting some out just because. And go on with the next turn. Yellow is doing the commodities market. I probably should have done that while I could, but that's fine. Oops. Jumpy, jumpy, jump. I'm like run out of time here. I don't know how long it's going to take. White's taking the furthest to left action. And maybe now I want upgrades. Put extra crew on. Get extra sails. I really want all the other ones. I don't want those. You know what, let's pay $1 and extend my canal. I think it's probably the best option. So let's see here. Probably gonna go fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. It's gonna go good because I have a stoker. I just need a smokestack. All right, yellow is taking commodities. 1 off the stack. And white is going over there and is rotating that one. All right, that's fine. So I could do, I could do the upgrades now. I don't want the upgrades. What I really want is more equipment. But you know what? The upgrades gives me $2 because of where it's placing to the left of everybody. And then I can do a bonus secondary action. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I didn't pick a thing yet. So let's go over here, and I think I'm gonna take the increased speed. Just 1 extra speed is probably fine. Okay, and then we're gonna do $6 for bonus action. And we are going to go over here and get one of those smokestacks because I think we're going to need it. Okay. Now it's time for yellow. Grab that spot, and oh, we're actually in the hole again. Wow, this is going way too fast. And then white is taking that action, so I can't do it. And back to me. I didn't even finish a single ship yet. And I still feel like I'm not ready. Although the first one will probably get finished now. So if I take the shipbuilding, I think I'm going to have to, because that gives me an additional $2 too. So it's good timing, and who knows when they're going to take it from me. So let's finish off here. I have everything I need for my 3 things. I have an extra captain in the quarters. I think it's for each, so I could probably add more. But I think I'm going to just do some freebies. I need one of these for the smokestack. I'll pay $1 for one from the next level. And for in here, let's see, he's going to be going for 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's probably fine. So it doesn't really matter what I grab at this point. Okay, now let's refill, and we'll go on our first boat trip. Boy, it's taken half the game to get this far. It's kind of frustrating. All right, move on, move on, move on. All right, boat ride. Place on the board. So 1, 2. Oh, sorry. This is the ship that is leaving. So we're going to move up the ship so we know which one we're going on. It's seaworthy. It has a captain. We're going to look at the speed. So it has a stoker and a smokestack. So that's a base speed of 4 plus 1 for the sail. That's 5. I don't have additional stokers or stacks, so that's a speed of 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I get a point per crew other than this guy, so that's 2 points. I get a point, 2 points per cannon or whatever. There's no cannon or crane, and then we're going to drive. We drive 5. So I drove over the lantern. That's another point. I drove over the buoy. That's 2 more points. And then I hit the blue ribbon, which gives me a point per distance I traveled up to that point. And so that's another 5. So that's 10 points. The game's almost over. A little slow. All right, now the yellow is going to go here. White is going to build ships it can't. So it's going to take a tile. I think I'm glad I didn't do the 3 ships of 6 length, because I don't know what's going to happen. I have a room for cannons. I need people. I need everything. This is kind of painful. So, crew. No, I need stuff. Okay. So there's $1. And we can move 2 additional spaces because of my upgrade. So we're going to go 1, 2. I have a sail already, so we'll go 3 and grab a cannon. So he's eventually going to go here. Just preloading them so I know what I'm doing. All right. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I need this one to go at least the same speed because there's another blue ribbon incoming. All right, yellow's taking upgrades. It can't because it already has it. Oh, nope, white's on there. Shipbuilding. Shipping his pants. White is going commodities, which I was kind of hoping for to sell some stuff. So that moves there. And then it's back to my go. I don't need another commodities tile. I need some crew. That is perfect. So that's $2 for going to the left of everybody. And I can rotate 3 spaces. I'm only going to do 2 though, because I need a new stoker, and I get a free captain. So he's going to go there. That's pretty good. Oh, I forgot the additional move earlier. That's my bad. So I should have had an additional point for the thing. Ah, I forgot. All right, continue. Yellow. It's going to grab this one. And go once around. White, it's going to take the furthest left and grab the 1. And then we're in the, no, we're not in the hole yet. I am going to, I guess I may have to go to commodities to really take advantage of this. I got to do that now. So we're going to the commodities market. Oh, I guess we did fall in the hole. Whoop. And advancing here, and I'm going to get, I think, $8. It's probably my best. Oops. Bang for my buck. And then the wheat, I'm going to trade for a captain, maybe? Sure. Trade him for a captain. So it's gone. Alright, next we have yellow is taking crew. And white is taking commodities. He's on commodities. So we are rapidly getting to the end of the game here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another whole ship done after this one. Okay, white can't do that. White can't do that. White's going to go there. Huh, I don't want that one. Okay. So I may just have to go build a ship. It's not ideal, but I get $2 for it. And I want to make sure I grab a lantern and a life preserver. There's a lantern on the bow. And a life preserver here. I don't want to complete my ship yet, is the problem. So I think we're going to have to go with that. I also need more stuff. But I might start working on an additional ship. So $1 for one of these. $1 for maybe this guy. And then this one is free. So I'm partway into another ship there. Wait. How many did I get? No, I can't take 5 things. What am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's ridiculous. Okay, sorry. Let's put those back. I can only take 3 things. Although, you know what? Maybe I will take those. I'm going to spend the $6 for bonus action, and I am going to take those, I think. All right. Getting ahead of myself here. And I want to complete this ship and just have him move. Not particularly. Okay. Let's keep going here. Yellow's taking the furthest to the left, which advances by 1. White can't build ships, so he's going to commodities, and he's advancing this by 1. And then I need the length of my canal now. So we're going to go over there, get $1, and let's grab Ooh, I don't know if I can go that fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, maybe. Maybe I can. We'll see. Okay, yellow canal can't. So he can't do that one either. So we're going to shuffle these up. Yes. And move these down. Oh, I've forgotten this too. So what happens when you get interrupted when you're filming is you totally forget what you're doing. And there we go. Okay. All right, so yellow still can't do that. Still can't do that. Still can't do that. It's going over here. And he's taking the 1. And white is taking that one. And I need equipment. I need everything. Like, badly. So we're going to go ahead and get equipment, and I can move around a couple times because of my ability. So let's grab, so 1, 2, 3. I'll spend $1 and go all the way around and grab a stack. So I think that's what I need most for getting the speed on. And make sure he's there. I'm going to have an extra. Okay. On to yellow. Yellow is building. Oh, he's taking out the first row. Okay. Down, 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 down. Refill, refill. This little tower does help make it easier to refill things for sure. And then white can't take that. And then is going over here. Did I move the wrong one last time? I don't remember. All right. Last cube is going out. So I have once more round to get this finished. I think I'm going to have to take more gear. I feel like I must have moved the wrong cube last time, but all right, 1, 2, 3 because of my ability, and I'm going to pay to go again and get another stack. So this ship can have 1, 2, and I just have to hope that I can still grab one of these stokers at the end. All right, shuffle the AI deck again. All right, yellow is taking this one. White, he's removing number 2. The white one is taking commodities. And he's moving the 0. And that's back to me. That's just kind of perfect because I need that $2 and the crew member. And I can move 3 around, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, spend an extra $1 to go over here and get the stoker so I can actually make my stacks useful. All right, yellow is going over here and advance that by 1. White is taking this one. Advance that. And do I want to do shipbuilding? I don't think I'm ready for shipbuilding. I need other stuff. So we're going to go over here and move this. I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this maybe. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6. It's going to be in plenty right now, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to need more canal spaces. I'm going to need more I need maybe a can. Oh, I'm gonna pass cannons. Ooh, I should grab. Oh, I have a cannon. I might grab another cannon later, assuming that one's not gone. So let's go 1, 2, 3 and grab a cannon. Possibly there. We'll see. And yellow, can't do it. White, sorry, yellow, shipbuilding. And he's moving up 1 row. Ooh, it's getting close again. I need one of these Stoker locations to stay where it is. I'm also getting dangerously close to not having enough rounds left. Like, I might get 1 more turn. And then white is taking crew. Yeah, this might be my last turn of the game. So we're going to do canal. Because I think I'm going to be doing too fast here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, hold on. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I do need 1 more canal. So let's do like that. And I get $1 for passing, and we're going to do a bonus turn, so $6. And I think I'm going to have to do, I guess I'm going to do a ship action as my last one. So for my bonus action, let's see, we have a cannon. Could probably use a sail. Have a captain. I'm going to need a stoker. Oh, and that's in there. So that's going to be a game. Stoker. Let's see here. What do I want to do for my bonus action? Because then you get, so at the end of the game, after everyone's done all the turns in a round, everybody in turn order gets to do 1 final action without placing their cube. Then you get a single ship piece to help you finish any ship. So I need to have my final action as shipbuilding. Otherwise, I won't be able to get too many ships. So I need this extra action to purchase needs to be optimized. 1, 2, 3. I have all 3 of those. I wish I could have closed this gap, but you're not allowed to move things. So I could go get another sail, like for speed. That might be beneficial. I could get more crew, especially if I grab like one of these ones. So when we do that, we'll go around here and we'll grab 2 captains. It's a little overkill, but we'll do that. All right, so that's game. Now we got 1 final action to do kind of whatever we want. So I'm going to do shipbuilding, and we're going to grab. I guess I have to do an order. It's 1, and then that's leaving port, and then 2. It's too bad that I'm not going to get my combo of 3 things. I'm short. I don't have enough money to take these later ones. So that's a shame. I can definitely put another captain on though. Oh no, I don't have enough space for him. Doesn't matter. Boats. What am I passing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna pass a buoy. So I'll spend $1 to get the additional buoy. Okay, now let's put final crew on. And he's leaving port as well. So I don't need that final shipbuilding action, but I didn't need a final action. So I got 2 ships to evaluate right now. We're going to do this one first. So it is going, let's see, 4, 5, 6 spaces. And we have 1, 2 crew. And we have a cannon. So it's under 2 points. And it's going to go 6 spaces. So 1, 2. So there's 2 point per cannon. 3, 4. 4 points for crossing the blue ribbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Boat. Or a safety rowboat. And then 6. Not quite at that last ribbon, unfortunately. So maybe I didn't need the extra sail. Maybe I could have... Oh yeah, I can't place the sail in the other one. Okay, so that is that one done. And then the next ship, we are going speed 4, 5. And we have 3 extra crew members. You don't count the stokers. We have a cannon, so it's 2 points. We have a speed of 4. 5, so we're going to go 1, there's a blue ribbon. 2, there's a life preserver. 3, 4, 5, and a blue ribbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't quite make it to the cannon. Alright, and that is most of the game. We've got to do a final scoring. Alright, so for each ship that has this 3 combination, didn't quite have enough to do it, unfortunately. That was too bad. But I got 2 of them, so that's 10 points. 33, 43. And I think this is 3 points for each captain in... 3 points for every officer in your fleet, but no points for your captains. So this is officers in rooms, not the captains on a deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Times 3 is 12 points. 2, 45... 55. Okay, and that is the game. So let's head back up and I'll give my review. Alright, and that was the playthrough of Shipyard. And let's get into a little more details here on review. So, it's dry. It's very dry. It's not that I don't dislike it, but it's very dry. And partially because there's no real arc to the game. You are doing, maybe you get a few little upgrades or something that maybe let you get one bonus thing whenever you take that action. But it's still very linear. You need everything. You need, almost equal amounts of everything. Maybe you go for cannons and officers, and maybe you go for, you know what? Did I pass cannon? No, I didn't. Okay, so maybe you go for cannons and officers. Maybe you go for, the cranes and salesmen or whatever they are. But mostly you pretty much always want your stoker and your smokestack for speed, so you can cross more icons. And you definitely always want... you have to have a captain. And, I think that the free captain tile, whenever you take the recruit action, is probably broken in that sense, because every ship needs a captain, so every person is always going to need that spot. So the ability to just get captains whenever you take the action is, a little bit overpowered. But there are other kind of cool abilities too, like being able to put extra things in your ship without fitting them, and so on. But, as it is, it's, a little awkward in that sense. So let's just kind of break down the mechanisms. I think it's probably the best thing to do. So first, the central action selection mechanism here, with picking the action tile and sliding it in. I like it. It's a pretty clean way to just keep track of how many turns it's been. It doesn't give you a good readout of numbers of how many are left. It's a little bit tricky, but it works. very well, and it helps keep track of that. I like being able to, pick older actions that are maybe less desirable, but you gain extra coins for doing that. The flow of taking one and shoving it in, really works great. It is kind of like has the writing problem where it's like at the far left corner of the table, so it does make it a little more difficult. I wish I had kind of maybe split it or something, I don't know, but it's not that big of a table hog of a game, so isn't too egregious there. And there's some good tooltips and stuff for what things are. The central driving mechanisms of the rondel, moving around for the actions, works. It is always interesting. It's always kind of agonizing whether you want to pay for more or pay for a bonus turn. The problem is that these two combined can be too tight. I find, how long you have to wait for someone to get off the spot you need, and then for it to become available again can be incredibly long, especially at a 4-player game when there's 4 cubes on here. You might be waiting for that one action you need for a very long time. The money does loosen, can grease the wheel a little bit, because it lets you kind of buy those extra actions, but $6 is very costly for an extra action. That might be all you get from trading a goods tile is $6. So you're essentially trading one action for another. So yeah, it does add a little bit more flexibility, but it's almost easier to block people and kind of ruin their plans than it is in most worker placement games. Like Agricola was less tight in worker placement than this is. This feels almost painful with how tight it is, and that's not necessarily my cup of tea. Other people might enjoy it, but I found that very difficult and very frustrating. There's a high level of frustration. You're frustrated you can't get the action you want. You're frustrated that the cube has moved and it's a long way around again because you only move 1 square or pay a lot, of money comparatively to get back around to what you need. That makes it difficult. But again, I can see that the goods kind of help alleviate that because you gotta get cash for those bonus turns or trade them in directly for some of those items that you might have missed. So that's beneficial. That helps there. Getting some upgrades is definitely important, but the game is still relatively flat. The shipbuilding is definitely the most fun part. Piecing together your ship and equipping it with things and getting what you need to match, the gold cards you have is definitely the most fun part of the game. But the canal is a bit of a letdown. I was, hoping for a little bit more adventure, even if it's just scoring as you come across things. I don't know if it's because you don't move far enough or there's not enough interesting things on here. I have definitely seen players really manipulate this by putting, 2 symbols that they really need right close to each other and building big walloping ships with covered in those symbols, like life preservers, and getting a ton of points. That's well planned out. But for the most part, you don't have that much control and you're just kind of fighting it all the time. And then it's not that exciting. It's not unusual to get, 8 points or 6 points for a ship that you spent a third of the game building. Most of the points definitely is in the end game scoring, which can be upwards of, 30, 40 points, depending on the gold tiles you have. So it's very important, to keep track of those. In terms of the production overall, the cubes, they're a little lame, but it works. The shipbuilding looks nice. The player tray boards here that they come with are not really necessary, but it's nice to keep things organized a little bit in your play area. Everything looks good graphic design. The iconography is very clean and easy to understand, so that works well. The the icons and symbols and stuff all are very smooth and work well. And then the of course the cardboard is good quality, printing quality and everything is quite good. There's, however, a lot of assembly involved. Everything comes in pieces. So, for example, the trays have like a lip on them that you use like this little double-sided stickies to attach 2 pieces for each thing. You know, this like little mechanism that holds the tiles and stuff is all stuck on with these little double-sided tape things. The tray, you know, is very handy. I do find that it's probably going to need glued because it will kind of shed, you know, things in, like as in the box, or if you're moving it around or playing it, you know, it might wiggle around a little bit, and I have had pieces drop out of it. You know, like you kind of saw it earlier in the video that pieces might slide out. You know, oh, there we go. Nope, maybe not. So that could definitely happen. So I would recommend gluing it, but the instructions are pretty easy to follow. And also, I mean, kudos to them for having some sort of a tray for holding resources. The solo board actually just slots in and kind of clicks in there, right, like this. And then there's this little, like, easy to lose wedge. It's not identified by anything, so when you're punching it out, don't lose the wedge. Although you could just use any piece of cardboard left over from a board game, and that just slides in there and it keeps it intact. Brilliant, right? You know, you could say the same thing for this little contraption to hold the tiles. It's way overproduced. You know, it's way bigger than it needs to be. You know, and prettier than it needs to be. You know, but it's nice and it's fun to have. However, board game developer or publishers, please, if you're going to include constructs, and I mean this is 100% unnecessary. You could have just made stacks beside the board. If you're going to include constructs, make sure they fit back in the box, because these don't. They don't fit. There's like a fairly good amount of lid lift just with those things in, and before you even have to like shove baggies of pieces in and around them. They're just too big. That's it. It's too, you know, on top of these double-sided, you know, these double boards, maybe the option is just to not put the rims on the boards so that they don't take as much room. And yeah, I've tried kind of interlocking the boards so they take up less space, but it doesn't fit and the box doesn't close. You know, at least not entirely. So it's not the end of the world. It's just a little annoying that they could have made this differently. It would have been just as good, or if they could have made the box a tiny bit bigger or something. So Vladimír Suchý, for the most part, is a brilliant designer. I very much enjoy many of his games. Some of them are, if you watch my top 100 list, are, you know, well up in the top 100 lists. This is unfortunately not one of them. You know, I was hoping kind of for another hit. There's lots of elements I like here. You know, and I do think some people will like the tightness and will like the shipbuilding, but it's just a little samey. And it's just, again, way too long on multiplayer. Even solo, you know, I kind of had a lot of churn happening off turns, which, I mean, is important to replicate the feel. So it does replicate the feel of other players, and there is little to no player interaction other than just blocking. So it does a good job of replicating that, for sure. But it's just, you know, maybe it's just not to my taste, but I was hoping for more growth. This game just kind of coasts along at the same speed throughout. It takes a ridiculously long amount of time to actually build something. You know, even if you just build a bunch of tiny ships, it just feels like agonizingly long to build a bunch of ships. And if you go for mega ships, good luck. Build 2 in the game. That's it. So, you know, it's a little painful. It's a little bit of a letdown. You don't feel like you're like constantly like, oh yeah, I've got a shipyard here and I make this ship and I make that ship and I drive it down the canal, and no, it's too slow. I'm not sure if that could be fixed or not with the design, but there's lots of good ideas here. I can kind of see where, you know, he incorporated these ideas back into this reimagining, but I can see where he took some of these ideas and took them into his later games, which many of them I love. So take that with a caveat. This game might still be for you. Is definitely not a bad game by any means, and I think some people will definitely very much enjoy it, enjoy the theme, and enjoy the mechanisms. But for me, I think I'm going to have to pass on this one. So let me know in the description, what is your Vladimír Suchý game? He certainly had a lot of fantastic ones. If he's ever watching this video, I would love to see a Pulsar reimagining with actual graphic design and not whatever is on that game. As well as a solo mode would be lovely, because I do very much enjoy that game, but there's no solo. And let me know, what do you think? Thanks again for watching. I'm Will. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. I'm still very new in this space and very excited to be a part of the board gaming community. And thanks again.